Good evening. My name is Akeem Miller. I wanted to give my presentation on coaching high school sports, knowing the law. It's really, really important for us as high school coaches to understand the importance of the different aspects of law that were covered by the topics from the Cotton Book. Coaching high school sports is something that I love very much. This course has been really, really good for me to learn about the different liabilities, different types of negligence that was stated from the text as well. It's really important for us as high school coaches to be understanding of this and to be privy to these laws and the protections of those laws, from those laws as well, to make sure that we're doing the best job of keeping our athletes safe. Knowing what the risks are, knowing what types of liabilities that are out there, and trying to make sure that we are protecting ourselves as well as our athletes. Negligence, defined as an unintentional tort that causes injury to a person with the act of omission, something that one should have done but did not do, thinking of allowing an athlete to participate without a physical, not knowing what type of physical conditions that an athlete might not have had. The act of commission is the opposite of that, something that one did but should have done, should not have done. So the difference between the two, act of omission and the act of commission. The groups that could be held liable, employees, service personnel, that would be considered as us, administrative, supervisory personnel, principals, vice principals, athletic directors. When talking about risks, you have inherent risks, which are the possibility of being injured just based on the nature of the sport, as well as negligent risks. A result of a lack of safety from the service provider. So in the event of an inherent risk, someone breaking an arm in a football game type of a situation, a negligent risk would be more of a football coach being told by a trainer, this athlete has a head injury, should not go back in the game, and to still be put into the game would be considered negligent on the part of the football coaches. So those are the difference between those two. The legal duty, if that is breached, and it can be proven that that injury was caused because of that, then the school could be held negligent, the organization could be held negligent. There was a court case from the text, Flushing High School, of the athlete who was injured in the football game due to a lack of supervision, lack of training from those coaches as well. The player was much smaller and was, had an injury that paralyzed him from the waist down, hurt his neck. Could have been prevented with more proper training, more proper preparation from the coaching staff and the school as well. And just a graphic here between what could be, an inherent risk, something that happens very common, sprained ankle. That's just, it's really hard to be prevented, but in a neck injury, with the paramedics being called, a lot more serious. Waivers and releases, these are contracts where the participants agree that there is some type of a risk. We see this very often with our high school teams as well. Permission forms and permission forms and informed consent are different from the actual disclaimers, where we are given the opportunity to let parents know, hey, are you giving your consent to allow your athlete to participate? There are certain risks, there are certain dangers in being part of the sport. Very important to understand the difference between waivers and disclaimers. Premises liability, we have many athletic events that are hosted here at our school. Whenever we have a